Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, text number 9 and 10. Paranushaktam tapaniyopakalpam Mahagadam kanchana chitradamsham Marmani abhikshnam pratudantam duruktai Prachandamanyo prahasam stambabase. Translation and purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. The demon who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles and beautiful golden armor on his body chased the Lord from behind with a great mace. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, but in order to reply him, he expressed his terrible anger. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord could have chastised the demon immediately while the demon was deriding the Lord with ill words. But the Lord tolerated him to please the demigods and to show that they should not be afraid of demons while discharging their duties. Therefore, his toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. The demon's derision of the Lord was just like the barking of dogs. The Lord did not care about it, since he was doing his own work in delivering the earth from the midst of the water. Materialistic demons always possess large amounts of gold in various shapes, and they think that a large amount of gold, physical strength and popularity can save them from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Next verse, I will recite myself. Śrī Bhagavān Vacha Satyam Vayambo Vanagochara Mruga Yushmad Vidan Mrugaye Grama Simhan Nramrutyupashe Pratimuktasya Veera Vikathanam Tava Gnati Abhadra. Translation. The personality of God had said, "Indeed, we are creatures of the jungle, and we are searching after hunting dogs like you. One who is freed from the entanglement of death has no fear from the loose talk in which you are indulging, for you are bound up by the loss of death." Purport. Demons and atheistic persons can go on insulting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they forget that they are subjected to the laws of birth and death. They think that simply by decrying the existence of the Supreme Lord or defying his stringent laws of nature, one can be freed from the clutches of birth and death. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord, therefore they remain in the entanglement of birth and death. Doesn't see Bhakti Vedanta. So we see the situation where Hiranyaksha was scolding the Lord in various ways, and the response of the Lord to his scolding is also communicated in these verses. The scenario was Paranushaktam Tapaniyopakalpam. Para Anushaktam, he was following the Lord from behind. Tapaniya Upakalpakam, and his body was decorated with golden ornaments. Mahagadam, he had a golden mace, heavy mace. Kanchana Chitra Damsham, and an armor which was beautifully decorated with golden various diamonds and other things. Marmani Abhikshnam Pratudantam Duraktaihi, and what, while he was following, he was scolding the Lord. Duruktaihi, with bad words. And where are these bad words hitting? They are entering into the core of the Lord. Somebody scolds us, immediately we get affected in our heart. So to the core of heart, these words are piercing. Prachanda manyuhu, because of these words, the Lord became angry, extremely angry. Prachanda manyuhu. Prahasam stam babase, and taking out the situation, the Lord started laughing, babase, and he started talking to the demon back. So the demon, who had a wealth of ornaments, tapaniyopakalpam, bangles and beautiful golden armor on his body, kanchana chitra damsham, chased the Lord from behind with a great mace, paranushaktam mahagadam. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, marmani abhikshnam pratidantam duruktaihi. But in order to reply to him, tam babase, he expressed his terrible anger, prachanda manyu prahasams. So in the purport also Prabhupada was explaining about, the Lord could have chastised him immediately, but he was waiting for the scenario to explain to the demigods who were all witnessing the situation. The demigods became very much afraid of the impact of Hiranyaksha upon the Lord. They were feeling fearful for the Lord. So to drive away the fear which has engulfed all the demigods and all the great sages and all the devotees, the Lord was giving them back. I am not a timid person, I am a capable person. His toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. The primary function of the Lord is to protect his devotees and to kill the demons. This is the specific purpose for which the Lord descends yuga after yuga. Every avatara is mainly for these two functions. So Lord wanted to give assurance to them, I am for the specific purpose for which you have requested me. But materialistic demons, they possess large amounts of wealth, display on their body, their mighty strength. And Prabhupada says, by this they want to avoid the death, but which is practically not possible. And they will see the Lord in the form of death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Whatever we earn, everything, in 1 second Lord will come and take away everything. Sarva haraha. That's why Lord's name is known as Hari. Means one who steals away everything. He steals away our karma also, he steals away everything, our positions also. Whatever we earn, simple thing, we all talk. We come empty-handed, we go empty-handed. Everybody speaks this philosophy, but they don't realize this. When we are holding on some vastus, we think, yes, I am the proprietor and I am going to possess it forever. Under illusion. So demons are always under illusion because of influenced by too much tamoguna. And in the next verse, Lord reciprocating by his talk what he was saying, he was scolding back the demon. He said, Śrī Bhagavān uvacha, Satyam vayam bho vanagochara mruga. Oh my dear sir, whatever you have said is correct. Satyam, vayam we, oh bho, oh mighty personality, vanagochara mruga, we are the animals who are roaming in the forest. The Lord accepted the boar incarnation. And where do boars run around? They are forest boars. Yushmad Vidan Mrugaye Grama Simhan. And what are we do when we are in the forest? We hunt these dogs, Grama Simhan. In Grama, in villages, dogs think they are Simha, they are very great. So that's why he is saying, we hunt you, people like you. We are waiting for the opportunity. Na mrityu pashe pratimuktasya viraha. So, na mrityu pasha, those who are not afraid of death, na mrityu pasha, those who are liberated. They don't have any problem with fear from people like you. Because they are already liberated. What can you do? You are bound person. Oh Veera, great person. Vikattanam tava grunati abhadraha. Because those who talk, loose talk. So they do not understand the death which is coming them to take over. See, the whole point is when you offend a great personality, what will happen? We lose our ayuhu, shriyaha, vidyaha, everything we lose. Whatever positions we have, we lose everything. Materialistically, even one person who is little powerful, if he is offended, that can destroy the entire scenario. There was one example, it was given as confusion in the articles, in the newspaper articles in 1950s. Either it was Nizam of Hyderabad or the king of Jaipur. There was always confusion in the article, 2 articles I read. Once he went to London, so he visited one Rolls Royce showroom there. So when they saw his attire as a simple man, a common man, entering a Rolls Royce shop, so they sent him away, they driven him out. Because Rolls Royce had a particular criteria. It should be sold only to people who are of royal category, or a governor, or a prestigious position. They thought he is a common man. So this person got offended, he went back. Then he came in his royal attire with full protocol. Then immediately they invited him, they took him, and when they saw him, they were shocked. Because now his ego was offended. There were 6 pieces on sale, advertisement there. He immediately purchased all the 6 varieties of Rolls Royce. He shipped them back to India. When he came back to India, he made them as collecting dustbins across the city. He made them dustbin, garbage collectors. Rolls-Royce cars were going across the city and collecting garbage. In few days, this message got spread everywhere in the world. Whenever they say Rolls-Royce, oh, that garbage collecting vehicles. So much so that the main owner flew to India, went to that Nizam and begged forgiveness. Please stop using our vehicles for garbage collection. His sales fell down so drastically, and he gifted some more cars, some luxury editions. See, if one person who was little rich, if he is offended, he brought down a big company back to zero. And this person, demon, he is trying to offend whom? The Supreme Lord. You can understand what will be his scenario. So this is the perspective for us to understand what happens when we do loose talk. If we deride a great personality, the impact of that deration. At that particular moment, everything will be very nice. But the next moment, when time comes, laws of nature will impact. And one person loses everything, whatever he possesses. So when we read Krishna's pastimes also, we come across one scenario. In Bhagavatam, it is explained in a very short form. But in Garga Samhita, it was elaborated in too much details. This was about Krishna and Bakasura pastime. Who was this Bakasura? A demon who was in the shape of a duck. So this person, he was the brother, he had a brother and sister who was Agasura and Putana. It was in the same family. Krishna killed his brother and sister, so he became very much enraged. He wanted to take revenge. He is also one of the associate of Kamsa. So on the order of Kamsa, he came to Vrindavan and he wanted to kill Krishna. So one day Krishna, Balarama with all the boys, they came up to river Yamuna. And since the fresh grass was available, all the calves were eating the grasses there, and Krishna and Balarama were playing daily. That was like a picnic, and they were playing around. Suddenly a huge personality, he came there. He was as white as a white mountain, a snow mountain, his shape. See, sometimes if you see, some of the demons are shape-shifting demons. Vatsasura, he was of a different category. He accepted a form of a calf. But this was a permanent form. This Bakasura was a permanent form. Now, who was he? Why he was in this form? That is explained. It is said he was a demon by name Utkala. So, when he was in some other yuga, in some other Manvantara, so one day when he was flying around, he came to an ashrama of Jajili Muni, which was on the shore of a river, and there were many big fish floating in that area. Out of hunger, out of frustration, out of to fill his stomach, he started fishing and captured one big fish. The Muni started saying him, forbid him, don't catch here. It's a peaceful environment. Don't come and destroy the atmosphere here. And every living entity have taken shelter. They feel protected under the grace of the sage. This demon thought, what can this sage, Baka, very lean and thin fellow, what he can do for me? Without not caring for him, he went and caught a fish and he started eating. The sage became very angry, immediately cursed him. Since you are very fond of eating fish like a duck, you become a duck. Next moment, he became a duck. Then he realized what a great mistake he has done. He went and fell down at the feet of that sage and he started begging him forgiveness. And he started offering him prayers to the sage. So the sage became very pacified, and later he said, once the curse is done, it cannot be undone. But when you can get release, I can explain to you. In Vaivashvata Manvantara, in the 28th millennium, when Lord Krishna appears, when you attack Lord Krishna, he will deliver you. Till then, you have to go through this process. So this demon who has taken this form of a duck, he has become very powerful. So much so that every demigod was also afraid of him. So when he came to attack Krishna, He suddenly came there and swooped up the Lord and picked him in his beak and started trying to take him inside. When all the other boys, cowhead boys and Krishna's folk, cowhead boys and Balarama, when they saw, suddenly they became like a shock. They almost felt like their life is gone. Everybody were like into coma-like situation, they went away. They became stagnant, they didn't know what to do. Even Balarama, who was all capable enough to kill that demon. He was also, because out of ecstasy, out of too much attraction for Lord Krishna, they went into a different sorrow mode. They did not respond. See, something shock happens. Will we respond normally, or we are in a confusion state? Most of them, we become blank. We don't know to talk or not talk, to take action or not action. We don't know any of these things. Body becomes to a frozen state. So that's what the scenario of all the boys and all the, even Balarama and all the cows and calves who were watching Krishna's situation. And all the devatas in the sky, they started shouting, ha ha kara. They started making sounds. Oh, Krishna is gone, Krishna is gone. All the great sages and everybody, everywhere across the universe, there was a tumultuous roar expressing grief of the situation. Then all the demigods, they started attacking Bakasura. The first one to attack. So Indra was the first one to attack with his thunderbolt. Because of the impact of this thunderbolt, the demon fell to the ground, but he did not die. He again stood up. Then Brahma became very angry. With his Brahma Danda, he hit one he fell down. And he became unconscious for 2 Gatika. 2 Gatika means 48 minutes. Again he stood up. Again he just, as if from sleep, he got up, he was yawning, and again he started shouting like a cloud, rumble like a cloud. Then Lord Shiva came with his trident. With that trident he cut off one of the wings, but still the demon did not die. Shri Radha Govinda ki. Then Vayu came and he struck him with his Vayu weapon, wind weapon. The duck flew away to a long distance, again he came back. Then Yamaraj came with his Yamadanda, he struck that duck. Yamadanda became broken, but nothing happened to that duck. You know what is this Yamadanda? With this Yamadanda he can kill anyone in the universe. Then that Danda itself got broke when he dashed this demon. But nothing happened to the demon. Then Surya came, he struck him with his sharp arrows, but still the duck did not die. Then Kuvera attacked the demon with his sharp sword. The second wing got cut off, but the demon did not die. Then Chandra came, he struck him with his ice weapon. Because of the extreme cold, the demon started fainting, but again he got up. Then Agni came, he started giving his heavy fire capacity. So his entire body became like a tandoor roasted. His hair on his body, everything was roasted like a tandoor, but still he did not die. Then Varuna came, bound him with a rope, and he started dragging him on the road. But still he did not die, he was only little hurt. Then Bhadrakali came, she struck him with a mace. With that thing, he fell down unconscious into coma. His head was broken and blood was coming out. But again he started getting up and he started making sound like a thunderbolt sound like that, and all he was making sound. Then Kartikeya hit him with his Shakti weapon. One of his feet got cut. But again he did not die. Then he started angrily chasing away all the demigods. He was so much strong that demigods had to fly away and hide behind the clouds. But still, this person did not die. When everybody were feeling so sorrow that entire thing was gone, everything was lost, and Krishna almost became finished into the stomach of Bakasura. Krishna was actually hanging around in the mouth only, he did not even enter the throat also. When he saw that scenario, that all the devotees, boys, demigods, everybody became afraid of the situation scenario, then Krishna started exhibiting his power. He immediately became so hot, so hot. What happens sometimes when you take some fry item which has just come out of the pan, outside it will be little cold, but inside, if you open a samosa, inside sabji will be steaming hot. You put it inside, because of excessive heat, what will you do? You spit it out. So Krishna then Bakasura immediately spit Krishna out because of excessive heat in the throat. When Krishna came out and he started thinking, I have to take revenge for this person who has killed my brother and sister. Then with his beak, he started trying to attack Krishna. So Krishna was playing around within his legs, everything and all. After playing some time, Krishna thought, no, this is too much. Wasting time upon this useless fellow. Immediately caught hold of his beaks and he broke in the beaks as if you break a grass. And this person was dead and fell down to the ground. Then all the devatas everywhere, they started showering him flowers. There was festival everywhere. Then all the great sages were offering Ashirvada to the Lord. Then all the boys, they got up and Krishna and Balarama, they came forward and they hugged Krishna as if they were thinking, Krishna has come out of death. And the entire scenario was they were singing, dancing, and they went back home and they declared to the entire Vrindavan Vasis what actually happened, what they visualized. After hearing all these things, what was Nanda Maharaj's reaction? If you see, Bhagavatam says, Aho batasya balasya bahavo mrutavo abhavan api asid vipriyam tesham kritam purvam yato bhayam. So all the members, including Nanda Maharaj, they started to contemplate on the scenario. It is said, Aho batasya balasya. This Balaha, boy Krishna, this batasya, most astonishing. Bahavo mrutavo abhavan. He has faced death many times. From his childhood, he has been facing death only. Putana, Trunavrata, the Shakadasura, so many demons. One after another he was facing. But Krutam Purvam Yato Bhayam. But by the grace of the Lord, it was these causes of fear. Api Asid Vipriyam Tesham. They received death. They came to kill Krishna. On the contrary, by the mercy of the Lord, they all died. Atapi abhibhavanti enam naivate gora darshanaha jigamshenam asadya nashyanti agno patangavat. He said, te gora darshanaha. These features of this, the demoniac people were horrible features who had come to kill Krishna. They are very fierce. Atapi na eva abhibhavanti enam. But they could not kill Krishna. They could not attack Krishna. They could not harm Krishna. Rather, jigamsha enam asadya nashyanti. Because they had come to kill Krishna, they themselves were killed. Exactly as agno patangavat. As flies, they want to attack fire. But what will happen? They end up getting burnt in the same fire. So as flies run before the fire, they all came towards Krishna, they all fell dead. Aho Brahma Vida Vacho Nasatya Shanti Karhichit Gargo Yad Aha Bhagavan Anvabhavi Tataivavat. Like Brahma Vidam Vacha, great people who are experiencing this knowledge, like Gargamuni. Nasatya Santi Karhichit, their words will never become untrue. Because Garga came and he said, your boy is very personality that he is Supreme Lord himself. Take care of him like Narayana. And so many problems he will be facing, but all the times he will be coming out successful. So they were saying the words, great words of Gargamuni will never come false. They are all Brahma Vidams, those who are done severe tapasya and understood the Supreme Lord. Gargayad Aha Bhagavan, whatever great sage Gargamuni had spoken. Anvabhavi Tataivavat, we are now experiencing all in detail. So whatever he said, be for the future, everything we are experiencing today. Iti Nandadyo Gopaha Krishna Rama Katam Muda Kurvanto Ramamanasya Navindam Bhava Vedanam. So by hearing all these pastimes, Krishna Rama Katam Muda, they were experiencing highest pleasure. Every day Krishna was going to the forest, every day he was killing some demon. The boys were coming back and reporting the scenario. Because it was the ecstasy what the boys have gone through, with that relish, the parents were enjoying it double relish. So much so that they were, that muda, that happiness, that the enjoyment of Krishna Rama Katham, they were very engrossed into that. Iti Nandadayo Gopyaha, all the Gopas and the Nanda, headed by Nanda, they used to sit in that village and every day they used to discuss about what is so special about Krishna. Kurvanto Ramamanasya, and they were with great transcendental pleasure. Ramamanasya, Navindam Bhava Vedanam, they did not even experience the material tribulations. Means the three kinds of suffering, Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, Adidevik, vanished just by hearing Krishna Katha. So much is it glorious. We all sit in this Bhagavatam class, we all experience that Katha, and one symptom of that Katha is we become happy. And when we become happy, the next result will be we all go to sleep. We all experience peace and calm. We experience a dreamy world. Wake him up. Because Katha is so nice that we become sleepy. We experience that happiness. What is the next moment in happiness? You close your eyes and you visualize and you are in the dream world. Like chanting, when you experience that happiness, the next moment somebody will come and wake you up. Arey, half an hour ago you are sleeping. That extreme happiness will bring us in the small bits and pieces. So similarly, the Gopas, everybody were experiencing that happiness. That happiness was so much so that material world issues did not bother them at all. So spirituality is such a pastime that it attracts our mind, it attracts our consciousness, it attracts our entire body, mind and words, everything. We become engrossed into the system. So similarly, in spiritual perspectives also, there were other devotees who had performed various other leelas. One such personality was Veerabhadra Prabhu, who was son of Nityananda Prabhu. So last week also we heard one of the story. Now continuation to that perspective about his birth and activities were also so superior. It is said in Nityananda Charitamrita, it is said, Tumi yav Gauda Desha Karaha Samsara. This was the instruction given to Nityananda Prabhu. Go to Bengal and engage in family life. Tabe se sabalokera hoiba nistara. Then only then the entire world will become liberated. Puna asiba ami tomara mandire. Later I will come into your house. Tomara grihe habe amara avatare. I will take birth in your house. Bhakti bilaya punaha asiba samsara gupu avatara shastre nahete prachara. So I will come to propagate this bhakti, and this avatara will not be a public avatara. It will be very confidential in Vedic perspective. Achintya amara shakti keha nahi jane. My power is invincible and nobody knows about my capacity. Say janaye to me, janaha say kane. Whomever you make reveal, only they can understand about me. So unless Guru explains about Krishna, we cannot understand about Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu is in charge of Guru Tattva. Unless he reveals, we can't know about Krishna. So there was one of the associate of Nityananda by name Abhirama Thakura, one of the Gopalas. He is so famous, but he has one whip by name Jayamangala. Anybody he touches with that whip, they become ecstatic in life. And if he pays obeisances to anybody who is not of Vishnu Tattva category, he will die immediately. Or any stone which is not Shaligrama, it will break immediately. So wherever he used to go, if he pays obeisances, if somebody builds a temple, if he comes and builds, and if he comes and pays obeisances, if that Shila is not Shaligrama Shila, that deity will break. So everybody were afraid whenever he is coming. If he comes, then whatever they have been worshipping for that time, if it breaks, then all their hearts also will break. So on one occasion, Abhiram Thakura met Nityananda Prabhu on the banks of Ganga, near the Nityananda Prabhu's house. So Nityananda Prabhu offered him a seat. They both embraced each other and they sat and they started talking. Nitai said, "Oh my dear Abhirama, what is your desire? Why did you come to my home?" So just then Nityananda Prabhu had a son. So he said, "I have come to have darshan of your son." So Nityananda Prabhu became very happy. So Nityananda Prabhu brought out his son and Abhiram Thakur immediately paid obeisances. The next moment the child died. Then other wives, they heard, Vasudha and Jahnavi, they started crying. They almost fainted. Then they left the baby body on the Ganges and they all took bath. Then second child was born. Again Abhiram Thakura came. Again he paid obeisances. Again the child died. So everybody were astonished, thinking, what is Abhirama's purpose here? Why is he coming every time and he is killing the children? The third child, like that 7 children Nityananda Prabhu had, and every time Abhirama was coming and several children were going in Ganga. So 8th time when Vasudha had a child, this time Nityananda Prabhu said, "I will not invite Abhiram." So no invitation was sent. Because he was externally also unhappy that all his sons were dying. So next time he thought, if Abhirama will come, he will have the problem. Better you should not call him at all. So Nityananda Prabhu invited many other people and a big function festival was happening in his house. So Abhirama was not there. Advaita Acharya inquired from him, Nityananda, why you not invited Abhirama? Nityananda Prabhu said, if Abhirama comes, he made me no benefit, all my sons are gone. So I will not invite him. I have told all the boatmen on the Ganges that he should not carry Abhirama to this side. I have given a warning to them, all the boatmen. So Abhirama and Malini were staying in his village known as Krishna Nagara. So Vakreshwar Pandit, while going on the way, he came to Abhirama's house and he said, "Haribol, what are you doing here? Nityananda Prabhu's house, there is a big festival happening. He had a son. Are you not coming?" "I am going." "Okay, you go. I am not coming. I am going to stay here." So then Vakreshwar Pandit went away. Then Abhirama went inside and he came out dressed fully nicely. The wife said, "Just now he said you are not going out. You are not being called. You have been not invited. We should not invite places where once we are not invited. But again you are going to their house." See, this is for external people. When you are close friend, you need not call. It is automatically known Vishya. For close, intimate people, invitations are not required. We can go at any time and every time. Then he came to near the boat area. Then he had asked the boatman, "Please take me to the other side." The boatman asked, "Are you Abhiram Thakur?" He said, "Yes." Then they started drowning their boats into the rivers. They started running away. They left their boats because even if they run away, the boat is there. He might pull it and go away. They put water. They drowned all their boats. So then they said, no. Nityananda Prabhu gave a serious warning to us. If we carry, we are going to be punished. Then he said, what can Nityananda do? He immediately spread his chadar on the water. He sat down on that chadar and he said, "Chalo, go." And the chadar started going away. And he started floating on the water. He reached the other side. When he reached the other side, message was there to Nityananda Prabhu. Abhiram Thakura was crossing the river without boatman and he was crossing on the chadar. Then Nityananda Prabhu could not stop. He came there to receive him. Then he hugged him and he said, "Please be compassionate this time. Don't do all these things and all." But Abhiram Thakur, no, I will not do one thing. Since the festival is happening, I came here to have food in your house. Then Nityananda Prabhu took him inside the house and there was a full feast arrangement there. He said, "Now go and eat whatever you want, but don't come outside." So Abhiram Thakur went inside and just by his glance, he ate away all the food which was prepared for so many thousands of people. He ate everything. Not even a grain was left. Then he came outside. So then the wives, they came and fell down at the feet of Abhirama. He said, "One son, please spare for us. This is the only last option for us." Then Abhiram said, "No, I'm not going to harm anyone. I'm not going to do anything. But at least once I want to see his face and go away. Anyhow, I'm going home." So finally Nityananda Prabhu relented and brought that son back and showed him. And as soon as Abhiram paid obeisances, the boy started laughing. The boy did not die. And Nityananda Prabhu was very happy, the wives were very happy, they almost got back their life. So then Abhiram started saying, see why I have been doing this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that day promised in front of us that he will appear in the house. I am making him to appear faster. And he is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Kshirodaksha Vishnu himself has come in your house as Veerachandra Prabhu. So the same scenario like how Narada was making Kamsa to kill the 6 children, so that the Supreme Lord comes faster in this material world. So here Abhiram Thakura was working in the same way, so that the Supreme Lord as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again comes back in the form of Veerachandra. So such are the glories of the Lords, such are the glories of the devotees. And again when the festival was very nice, then Nityananda Prabhu started scolding him, Arey, you came, now situation is very nice. If somebody would have died, then nobody would have eaten. Now it is a festival, now he is alive. Now what happened to Prasada? You went and ate inside everything. Now there is not even a grain left for all the thousands of people. Then Abhiram said, what is this? What you are talking? Go and see inside. When he went inside, everything was as it is. And everything was double, triple quantity. So by the mercy of Abhirama, again everything got manifested. Then the huge feast was distributed to all the people, unlimited quantities. So identity of Veerachandra Prabhu was explained in the Gauraganoddesh Deepika. It says, Sankarshnasyo yo vyuhaha payo vishi namakaha saeva Veerachandro abhut chaitanya abhinna vigrahaha. So one of the Chaturvyuha, who was the expansion of Payo Vishnu Namakaha, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, Sayeva Veerachandro Abhut, he appeared as Veerachandra Prabhu, Chaitanya Abhinna Vigrahaha, he is non-different from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Veerabhadra Goshani Skanda Mahashaka Tanra Upashakayata Asankhya Taraleka. And he was one of the biggest branches of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And under him there were many people who had become followers and who had practiced this Krishna conscious perspective and who all became great devotees. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura writes in his Anubhashya, Veerachandra Goshani was the direct son of Srila Nityananda Prabhu and a disciple of Jahnavi Devi. His real mother was Vasudha and he is an incarnation of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So therefore he is non-different from Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the village named known as Jamtapura in the district of Hugli, Veerabhadra Goshani had a disciple named Yadunatha Acharya who had 2 daughters, named Srimati and Narayani. The later both of them were married to Veerabhadra Prabhu and they had no children. So some places they say he got married, some places they say he was a brahmachari who had no issues for further. So such were the pastimes of the Lord, such were the pastimes of his devotees. So all these things will make us relish, will make us understand that common people cannot comprehend how it is possible. The devotees are all powerful, all capable. And the devotees are also here to drive away the grief of other devotees. So we should not become afraid when the scenario, like how Lord Varaha is facing. The Lord is there for our protection. And all the demigods, they wanted to be assured by the Lord that Lord is about to drive away this demon very faster. So he was placing the scenario in such a way that the demons also will become fearful and the demigods should become fearless. That was the scenario what Lord was trying to communicate. Further we'll see in the future verses. We'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Prem.